Beautiful chaos was a great way to describe it.
Hello, how are you guys doing today?
Not as good
Hey,
as your amazing pizza shirt.
Oh, thank you.
how are you? It's been such a long time since I used to see you all
I
the time.
know. I found this picture the other day from 14 years ago. You can't really see it, but it's
Oh,
Philly,
cool.
the Rocky
With the
Stairs. I don't know if
Rocky
you remember.
side,
Yeah.
yes.
And I was like, oh my gosh, we're all so old now. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but it's good to see you guys, and congratulations on this. I know Descendants is such a beloved franchise now, and obviously with the times, it was probably hard to get together do another movie. But an animated special is just as good. What was it like, kind of having to? Did you have to do anything to kind of change how you portrayed the characters when it comes to voice acting versus doing it, obviously physically?
We were talking about this earlier. When you're on set, you get the costume and you get the wig and you get all your energy from your other scene partners. So being in a studio and trying to imagine what you would do in those situations, it was a challenge. At least for me, it took me a minute to remember even how Hades talked. So yeah, I mean, Boo Boo, what was it like for you?
Same. There was a lot of walking around, repeating the lines. I feel like maybe I did some old lines like from the first movie or something, just to kind of like just to dip back into it. But once I did it, it felt like second nature. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I know
They
this
should
person.
they should have let you wear the costumes in the booth.
I mean, I think so.
And that would have been cool footage. I would have loved that. What can we expect from this special?
Oh gosh, I like a word Cheyenne's been thrown around. There's a lot of beautiful chaos was a great way to describe it. You have something that is we've been waiting for years. The wedding for Mal and Ben, and of course in Descendants fashion, nothing is perfect, and so. Yeah, of course Hades has to shine a little bit and do what he does best. But yeah, there's a lot of it's so colorful. There's great music. There's a brand new song, "Feeling the Love," that Cheyenne and I've been talking, praising this entire day. It's a beautiful song, and you get to see more growth of the characters and a little bit of a stamp to what we've done as a family.
And there's a lot of emotion to it. I mean, I think this franchise means, as you said at the beginning, means so much to people worldwide that there's even when I saw the trailer for it, even just hearing, you know, even hearing Dove's speaking voice or Sophia or Boo, I'm like, oh, it's just you have like this. We all kind of grew up, them much more than me, but grew up with these characters and watching them grow. So I think people are really going to be feeling the love, as it were.
And I love the trailer because obviously Hades has this big walk-in at the end of this trailer. And I feel like it's not a proper wedding without in-laws being like raising some chaos.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it like kind of developing his? I feel like he has such a great laugh and all of that, and that's essential to a good villain. What was it like developing that?
Well, a lot of it's Kenny Ortega. When I got this part, he gave me some references to because he wanted him to move in a certain way, and I did too. I wanted his language to be when I saw his lair and his the majority of his scenes would be in this incredible like Indiana Jones type situation. It was so it reminded me of uh, 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 yeah, I can't remember the David Bowie. What is
Oh,
the movie
Labyrinth.
from the 80s? Labyrinth. Yeah, it reminded me
Labyrinth.
of yes, thank you. It reminded me of that. And speaking of David Bowie, there was a lot of that kind of movement. So I wanted his voice to be very, very, very quiet and then very musical. And as far as the laugh, I don't know, it just kind of naturally happens. Doing the recording, I had to give them a million different types of laughs and such. But I mean, how fun. That's what I did as a little kid in the woods in Idaho. I was play make believe and pretend I was, Lord of the Underworld.
Comes to real life. I know that fans would obviously love another live action movie, but obviously everyone's kind of getting older, and that we don't know if that's going to happen. But if there was another live action, what would you want to see happen that maybe hasn't obviously happened with your characters before?
I think the great thing about the world that Kenny's built and everybody's built is just that there's so many great characters that are interesting and colorful and bright and that we'd like to know more about. So I do think there's other stories there. As far as Jay goes, I'm not sure. I feel like he's off. I liked where we left in Descendants 3, where he was kind of about there. Him and Gil were about to go off on an adventure. So I like thinking that he's always adventuring somewhere, just exploring the world of Oradon and beyond.
Well, for me, Kristen Chenoweth and I have been friends for 14 years. And I think that would be a fun opportunity. We both have said that would be fun to do something together in this world as ex-husband and wife.
Wow.
Their prequel. We need to see their whole story. I would sign up for that immediately.
I'm down.
Let's do that.
Descendants: The Royal Wedding premieres Friday, August 13th, right after Spin, only on Disney Channel.
I think we need a bigger cake.